I deserve certainly the most extreme punishment society has, and I think society deserves to be protected from me and from others like me.
Homicide.
Good evening, everybody. There's that good, Kirsten? Is that what you wanted?
That's better.
Was that strong enough? Was that strong enough for you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Guys,
wait, I did.
Backstage, she was like, "Is this good?" Raw. I'm like, "Who the fuck said that?" Like, who?
Oh my goodness. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a new year of chillin' and killin'. I am one of your hosts, Heather, and with me always is, you guys say your own names.
Yeah, Kirsten, but otherwise known as
Gigi.
the Black Sheep, which is why I'm Baba for Black Sheep. You get it.
Oh, well, I love that.
I love that. And
Gigi.
well, tonight, everybody, we have, oh, look, we already got comments. Everybody share this stuff out. We're not doing trivia tonight. We haven't done trivia in a long time. See how
We
long
can do
you've
trivia
been.
on the next show. Oh, we're going to do trivia on the next one in 2 weeks. Because that's a topic I'm like, trivia. Next
Well, I
week.
can make up some trivia questions before the night's done and just toss it out there.
As we go.
See if everybody's listening to what we're saying here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that.
Okay.
But we have some breaking news tonight, everybody. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, we do.
So we're going to let Gigi, and I'm going to put my paws down. Anyways.
Oh my God.
Well, should we do
Wait, a
breaking
T-Rex
news?
has paws?
Then maybe I'm not. Well, I think T-Rex, then what is it? Like my feet.
Claws? Your talons?
Claws. I guess I don't know much about T-Rexes, huh?
Your large talons. Your talons.
Talons. Should we do drinks first or breaking news? Oh, let's do drinks. So all I have tonight, you guys, I'm just drinking a little bit of wine, and this is the type of wine I'm drinking. It is called Head Games because with best friends, they play a lot of head games. So I figured what a good wine. So that's what I'm drinking tonight. What are you guys drinking?
I'm drinking orange juice. So my original plan was going to be orange juice with champagne and gummy bears.
Ooh.
But it's orange juice with vodka and gummy bears.
I like it.
Because I figured the gummy bears and the orange juice, like juice boxes, sleepovers, besties, the whole thing.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Okay.
Mine is vodka and Hawaiian punch as always.
That's always her. That's like your.
It's because it's a weeknight.
I want you.
It's a weeknight. Like.
I want you to come up with like a really interesting, different name every single week for the same drink. And then
I love that. That's a great idea.
like the same thing.
Yes.
Like, like we'll do like a music episode. You'll be like, so this is the topsy-turvy turntable. And we'll be like, what is it? You'll be like vodka with Kool-Aid. Like every week you should just come up with like
there'll be someone to be like, oh, what's in that? The same thing all the time.
Well,
and I have to introduce my cat back here, everybody, too. So I have an officer of the law watching over me. So
no.
Maybe no. What do you mean no?
Nope. That shit comes to life when you're sleeping, and that's how horror movies are made. I'm not. Nope.
That's probably why I end up in Facebook jail when I wake up in the morning. I'm always in Facebook jail.
Heather, you trip and end up in Facebook jail. It's ridiculous. Like you say, oh, word.
You know what it is? I blocked Zuckerberg a long time ago, and I think he's mad. I think I just keep ending up in Facebook jail. Maybe I should unblock him. Sorry. No, I'm I'm a Capricorn, stubborn.
Okay, got it.
You should know. Okay, now let's get to our breaking story.
Yeah, current event.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Gigi.
So, as some of you may have heard, I guess if you follow the news, the bodies of 8 people were found inside a home in southern Utah. So police in Utah say 8 bodies were found inside a home in the southern part of the state in the town of Knock on Wednesday. According to investigators, all the deceased appeared to have suffered from gunshot wounds. Knox City officials said 3 adults and 5 minors were among those found dead inside the home. Police were called to the house to perform welfare check, and that is when they discovered the bodies. At the time, the officials reported that there wasn't any threat to the public or whatever. So digging into that a little bit deeper, because I screenshotted it and sent it to the girls, and we're like, oh my gosh. It was the guy shot his wife, the children, and then his mother-in-law, because the wife just filed for divorce. He was only 42 years old. So the children ranged from like 4 to 17, I think. But I know 4.
Did he shoot himself too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like a murder-suicide. Yeah. His name was Michael Haight. They had the names of the other ones too, but still that was yesterday or the day before. But I like jumped on Instagram and seen that. I was like, what? Wow.
Man, so much stuff's going on. I know a lot of people have been reaching out to me to do the, what is it, Idaho murders or those that took place. They're like, you guys going to cover that? You going to cover that? So we'll touch base on that one, because we like to do current events every here and there. So maybe like on the start of each show, we'll go ahead and do like a current event. So let me put my glasses back on, everybody, because I have to get rid of some stuff. Hold on. I'm telling you, man, I can't freaking. So, okay, everybody keep on to that story. That's sad. You know what I mean? Like, it's so sad when you see that stuff, and, you know, divorce sucks. I'm going through it, but you know what I mean? You just get through it, you know? But I guess everybody's not wired this, whatever. So rest in peace to the family. Rest in hell to him. And let's carry on. So that's our breaking news. And then I guess I will start. So that's why I got my glasses on, because I got to get my handy dandy little notebook that my daughter-in-law got me. Oh,
awesome.
Isn't that cute?
So cute.
Okay, everybody. So best friends. So we're talking best friends. So I had to pick this case. So I'm going to start it. Okay. So has everybody ever heard of this guy, the Slender Man?
She stole this topic. What a wench.
I did. I said, this is mine. This is mine. So, okay. So this took place May 31st, 2014. So what we have is 3 friends. Okay. We have Peyton, Morgan, and Anissa. Okay. So if you see right there, the girl in the yellow, that is Peyton. Morgan's in the middle, and Anissa is the one with, I don't know, popsicle or some shit. So some shit.
Or some shit.
That's a professional term. So anyway, so it starts out with Peyton and Morgan are best friends. Like they've been friends forever. Okay. So they start out, and yes, Slender. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Hashtag share this out, everybody. Okay. So they're best friends. And then this Anissa girl comes around, and this Anissa girl starts telling Morgan about, like, hey, you know, have you ever heard of Slender Man? So there's this website called Creepypasta, and I don't know if people are familiar with Creepypasta. Creepypasta is kind of like the Wikipedia for all things creepy. So you have some 12-year-old girls going on this website. Well, this Anissa girl kind of introduces Morgan, like, hey, have you ever heard of the Slender Man guy? And she kind of like wraps her up into this, where Slender Man's real. And if you look at this, you know, being that impressionable age, you know, you would kind of fall into kind of this stuff. Like they think this person's real. They're going on the internet. They're seeing things where it's like, you know, pictures like this, where you see him in the background. Okay. And it's like, you know, look at this. It's like 1980 photograph presumed dead. Like they put these kind of things on here, and these girls are like buying all into this. I mean, they're young. You know what I mean? Think about when you were.
Reason why, wait, this is a sleepover theme. Truthfully, when we were growing up, the Bloody Mary thing, like, go in the bathroom.
Yes.
Do you know, as much as I am and love this field and everything, I still will not do shit like that, because I believe in, like, do I think that some bitch is gonna appear in my room all of a sudden? No, but
maybe
I believe in the power of incantations and words and repetition and energy and your what's the word I want? Like your, not your goal, but like what you're looking
manifesting some shit.
What you're looking to get out of something. Guys, I'm sorry.
Your intentions.
I'm sick. I can't think of the word.
No,
but
your
intentions.
Yes, your intentions. Like, but anyway, yeah, the Bloody Mary thing. I still won't do that. I wouldn't stand in my friggin' shit right now in the dark and go.
You can't get me to say Candyman 5 times. No, like just in case, just in case. Exactly. I don't give a shit.
Just
like
in
no.
Case. Right.
So anyway, you think about their age. They're so young, and they're seeing these clips, these videos that are on Creepypasta, because there's like lots of stuff out there, like YouTube. I mean, and Slender Man was actually like there was like a contest. Like, can you create somebody spooky, basically, that creepypasta had. And this guy actually drew him up, created it, put it out there, and it just kind of like was a perfect storm. And I mean, I remember back like my kids talking about, oh, Slender Man, and I'm like, okay, but like my kids, you know, it is what it is. Like we're all into spooky things, so we're just like, okay, but they know, you know, but these kids really bought into it. So they bought into it, and they're sitting there, and Slender Man and his thing is basically like, he comes after children. Okay. So to them, they have to appease him. They have to give him somebody to save themselves. And they fully believed in this. So they decided that who they were going to give away is their friend. Of course. Like, why not? You know, besties. Okay. So these two girls, you know, they were planning this for a period of time, decided, okay, let's go ahead and we're going to do this on my birthday. So the one girl has a birthday. She invites a friend over, a sleepover. You know what I mean? So the sleepover starts, and they literally decide that they are going to, they wanted to kill her while she was sleeping in the actual house. Okay. But, you know, they thought about it like, hey, where are we going to put the body? You know, and they kind of were like, well, this isn't really like the best idea to do it here. So the next morning they woke up and they're like, you know what, let's go to the park in the forest. And there's like a forest area. So they go out to the forest because basically too, you know, Slender Man is known like from this picture to kind of be engulfed into the woods. Okay. So that's kind of his thing with the tentacles and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So they take her out there, and they first like kind of, and I don't know if you guys have ever, like when you were younger, hanging out in groups, and if there's always a third, it seems like one person's getting left out or they're going to get picked on. So that's kind of what they were doing to Peyton. They were kind of like messing with her. They kind of like tried to fight her in the bathroom. Like they tried to do this first by jumping her in the bathroom. So that didn't work. You know what I mean? And she still stuck around because, I mean, we all know, we've been around friends that kind of do that. And you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to get through the night or the day. So eventually they end up attacking. They're like, let's play hide and seek. And they told her, hey, lay down. The one girl has her lay down. And then the one girl pulls out a knife and she just starts, you know, gives her the word. So Morgan starts stabbing her. Okay. Because Anissa was like, you know, do it or whatever. So they stab her. They stab this girl 19 times. And the knife, it's kind of like almost like a little Perry knife, but it's still like a 5-inch blade. Okay.
I love how it's like laid on top of like innocent candy and like,
right.
You know, is that a Rice Krispies treat right there? It's like, here's the knife.
You know what I mean? Like seriously right now. So they stab her 19 times, and we're talking, they stabbed her heart. I mean, a lot of the wounds were arms, I think, and legs, because I think she was putting up a fight. You know what I mean? So, probably. But they got her, they stabbed her in the liver, the stomach, her heart. I mean, basically left her for dead. And then they tell her, after they stabbed her brutally, we're going to go get some help for you. So, and she literally says to them, I hate you. Like, I can't trust you. I hate you both. You know what I mean? So they leave.
No.
You can't sit with us.
Yeah. It's like, I am no longer your guys' friend, you bitches. I mean, like, but so she gets up. I mean, she crawls to the road, and she ends up, you know, somebody sees her, and they help her. They call 911, like somebody that was like riding their bike or jogging. I'm not too sure. So everybody out there would be like, oh, Heather, they were doing kickboxing in the area. God, Heather, get your facts right. But so they get her and they call 911, and she goes to the hospital. Now these two other girls, they're like, they're just skipping along. They go to the Walmart. They end up like trying to wash their clothes off. And literally, you guys can watch their interrogations. And I watched all of their interrogations. Like I was coming home from New York, and I just like sat there and listened to them, and they're insane. So the one girl was like, well, we were going to clean the blood off, but we thought, it's a Walmart. Who's going to notice? And I'm like, touche. Wow. You do see some crazy shit at Walmart. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, cool. So they end up getting these girls, obviously, and they are interrogating them separately. And the girls are basically Morgan. So we're talking, Morgan's the girl in the middle here. I mean, when you talk about no remorse, this little girl was like, so did you guys find her body? And they're like,
she's straight up like psychopath. Like
nothing behind this kid's eyes, nothing behind, and
no soul.
She's like, she didn't die. Okay. She's like, well, I don't feel bad. Like I did it for the Slender Man. Like they literally took pictures of their family with them because they thought after they murdered her, Slender Man was going to take them into wherever the hell Slender Man, which is interesting about Slender Man because like Slender Man takes children, but you really don't. I really haven't seen like what he actually does with them. You know what I mean? But whatever. So
I have, when you're done with the story, a comment / question when you're done.
Okay, I'm so excited for that. I'm about to hurry up. So,
Sorry.
So then they're interrogated, and you could basically they admitted it. They're like, yeah, we did it because we had to. Slender Man was coming. Duh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hello, wouldn't you? Like, Slender Man. So the guy's like, what? So, like, you did this? Okay. So basically, the girls are both found not guilty by reason of insanity, and they put them in an institution. And Anissa Moore took, like, she was kind of remorseful. Like, she was kind of like, I really didn't want to do this. Like, you could tell, like, the kid, knew that some shit was off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Morgan, they said, was talking to her French fries when they brought him there. Like, hi, James, meet Charlie. Like, Morgan was like, they're like schizophrenic, all this kind of stuff for Morgan. So,
but that's where I say, like, this is a totally different topic, but that's when I say, is this the very first slight little indication or show of the fact that this girl was insane? Because I don't know if I believe that. That's what I'm saying. Like, is this the first time that anyone in her life, friends, family, anybody, teachers, whoever went, oh my God, she's off her rocker? Like, you're telling me that no one knew she was a little, like, to be that, like you're saying, lack of remorse and to act like that.
Oh, I'm sure there's signs.
No.
But as parents, you kind of sometimes would be like, little Janie's just creative. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she's decapitating her Barbies. Oh, she must want to be a mortician.
Parents always want to hide that.
Yeah.
I was putting pretty heels on my Barbies, not ripping their heads off.
I didn't.
Hey, we know what you were doing with your little friends, Kirsten.
I
making true crime stories. Barbie got murdered by Kid. Let's solve it.
let's put them in a tree.
That's nobody's business what I did with my Barbie dolls.
Oh, let's put them in the freezer.
Yes, let's.
Sorry, everybody. It's a Salem thing. But so anyways, where was I at? Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, inside joke. I'm telling you guys, the things that happen off the camera is
you don't want to know.
It's so interesting. We just need to have cameras on us all the time. So anyways, the girl survived. I mean, thank God. Peyton, here we go. Sweet little Peyton. She made a full recovery. I know, isn't
She's
adorable?
So pretty.
And then you have these two that are like, okay, like just crazy as sin. But they put him away for get help. I don't see Morgan getting out. I think Anissa might have got out. You know what I mean? Like, I think last year she made an appeal, and I feel like, you know what I mean? What are you going to do? They're 12 years old. They didn't even, but this is what I wanted to bring up. So, good luck to them. Yada, yada. That's the Slender Man story. So interesting. Everybody look it up. Don't let your kids play on creepypasta. But my thing is, okay, so they were, found, reason of insanity that stuck, right? Now you have someone like, when you have, like, let's say the Ed and Lorraine case where that went up for, insanity, but was never like, no, they're not doing it. So what's the difference from demon possession to this kind of thing? Is it because they were children that this was able to stand? Because when I've done, I did a show on Stay Spooked where we actually talked about like demon possession as a criminal defense. And I couldn't even find a case that it actually held water. But this one does. Is it because they're children that we can say, okay, we can see their mental state is wrong? Because look at Ronnie DeFeo. You know what I mean? That didn't hold water, but I know he changed the story. So, but I'm just saying, in the case of those type of cases, they never get off for reason insanity. So I'm thinking because they're kids that held water a little bit better. What do you think?
I would say, yeah. And especially they were 12. So you're going through your change usually about that time. So we're nuts anyway, especially then. But like, did she have ADD? Was she ADHD? Did she have a learning disability? Like, we got so caught up with the murder, obviously, or the murder attempt, obviously. Mm-hmm. But then when you kind of need to like go back a little bit and be like, all right, she's only been on this earth for 12 years. There had to be other instances, just like you guys were like, was this the first time? Like, what was she killing small animals at some? And do you guys just shove it under the rug and it never got out? You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's straight up serial killer tendencies with the no remorse whatsoever. Like you are 12 years old. You are in handcuffs. Like they have you in court.
She wasn't crying or nothing.
It was
so it's like
blank.
She
she
was scarier than a lot of people I've ever seen. Like creepy ass kids. I don't care. Kids can be scary. So it's like, but I don't know. I don't think that one should ever be let out. I think she was just she's too far gone. Yeah. And it's like, but like, I guess they can play on that since they're so young, they can't decipher from right and wrong to where when an adult tries to come out there and say, it was a demon. But sometimes to me, if an adult is freaking out and they're like, maybe that's more believable. I don't know. But you never see that actually hold water in the criminal law. Right. But I don't know. So that's the Slender Man case, everybody. And yeah, on to Gigi with her case. Get out of here. Let me go to your little clips of your people, Gigi. Okay, rock and roll.
All right. So if I have heard of this law, and I always kind of wondered where like it came from. So it started from this case that I'm going to be reading about because I have notes because that's just who I am as a person. So I had them. I will stumble, but I'm literally going to be like, oh my God, I don't want to get
this is sick. Yes. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I love us.
I know.
And to anybody who might be watching going, you shouldn't need notes. When you study as many cases as we do, you can't memorize every single friggin' date.
Right. You have to have the facts down, and we want to make sure that we have them right.
Exactly.
So.
We want to do diligence. So that's back to you.
And a lot of times I don't read my notes, but they're there if I need them. So yeah, cheers.
Exactly. Right.
So, and you don't really see me take notes.
This took place in Chicago, and then we have like someone trolling us going, it was Miami. You don't know anything. Like
assholes.
It's going to happen sometime.
You are shameful to true crime. And then we got to shut down everything we've done.
Wait a minute. Wait. Can I just say one thing before you start? Heather, what was the name of the BTK killer? The wrong name? Do you remember?
I do. That shit was bananas. I was like,
but what was the wrong name?
Oh,
it wasn't Dennis Rader. It was like
I don't know, but that shit took off like wildfire. It
was like David Rader or something, and you were like, what the?
So I guess it does happen both ways. Where I'm like, wrong. Well, it was stuff like that. Like if it's Ted Bundy and someone says Charles Bundy, I'd be like,
what universe are you in?
Yeah, like
exactly.
Turn in your true crime belt.
I had to throw that in there. Sorry.
Okay, sorry, Gigi.
Okay.
We're gonna.
Yeah.
Okay. So Skylar's Law in West Virginia. So have you ladies heard of that at all?
No,
I don't think so. No.
It goes in with the Amber Alerts, but it's something special in Virginia because of this. So I am going to read off my notes because I am tired.
That's okay.
Okay. Let me know when you want me to pop up a picture.
Oh, yeah, you can do that whenever you want. Really. Okay. So, my case that I chose was the Skylar Niece case. Look how pretty she is. So cute, adorable. I want to be friends with her. So around midnight, July 6th in 2012, Skylar Niece, 16 at the time, snuck out of her bedroom window to meet up with what she thought was her two best friends. I may cry.
Oh.
The three of them were sophomores at the University High School together. Little did Niece know about her two friends that, clearly I can't read either, so whatever. I'm just going to say words.
Say words. Green, blue, lavender,
yellow. So, little did Niece know that her two friends, Sheila Eddy and Rachel Schaff, were planning to murder her that night. So, Eddy and Schaff had lured Niece out of her home under the pretense of smoking marijuana.
Don't do lettuce. Yes. Don't do drugs. The devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce.
Don't do it. Don't touch it, children. So they had brought. So, you know what? I don't even know if they ever brought along marijuana when I got to the end of this. So, they had brought along knives that they had hid in their hoodies as part of their murder plan.
They had knives and stuff, but nobody had marijuana. That's some
Okay,
bullshit.
first of all, okay, well, I guess I don't have a hoodie on, but I wear hoodies quite frequently. I'm not for sure I could just like walk naturally knowing that I have a knife in. Good. Next time I'll wear my Dare shirt. Where was I? Okay, so but they also brought along paper towels, cleaning cloths, bleach, and a shovel and clean clothes to change into after the murder. The two took niece to a wooded area just across the Pennsylvania state border. The three had smoked marijuana there before. Once the three were out of the car, Eddie and Shaw said they had forgotten a lighter. Our poor, sweet little innocent Skylar was like, I'll go get a lighter. So as soon as she turned around, they got the knives. Eddie and Shaw counted to 3 and then started stabbing Niece in the back. Niece tried to fight back and run, but she was only able to make it a few feet before the two overcame her. Still trying to fight back, Niece managed to get Shaw's knife at one point and caught her ankle in an attempt to defend herself, but the other girl kept stabbing her. Once it seemed she was dead, Eddie and Shaw planned to bury her, but the ground was too hard and rocky, so instead, they just placed her body a few steps away from the road and covered it up with branches and dirt. During the course of the police investigation into Niece's death, Eddie initially said that she and Shaw had picked up Niece around 11 p.m. and dropped her off on the street where she lives before midnight. However, surveillance, you gotta love those cameras being everywhere.
I'm telling you.
They got the surveillance footage, and it showed her car, Eddie's car, being there the night about 12:30 a.m. and Niece got in about 12:35 a.m. So eventually, Schaff broke down and confessed what she and Eddie had done. Schaff told police that she and Eddie killed Skylar because they didn't like her anymore and no longer wanted to be friends with her. That's the only explanation either of the girls ever offered after the tragic killing. So I'm going to pause right there.
They just didn't like her.
So, okay, so let's go back to your case real quick.
Okay.
Heather. So we got 12-year-olds, then we got 16-year-olds. Now, I remember being 16 and hanging out with my friends and also not being friends with friends anymore. At no time in my brain, and it's pretty twisted. I mean, we have some pretty awesome and amazing conversations between the three of us that would probably get us locked up, let's be honest. But not once did I ever think, I'm going to murder them.
I'd like order pizzas to their house and shit like that.
Yeah. I just.
But I'm from the era where we take the yearbook and just cross their faces out and put like,
oh my God.
bitch.
I was just gonna say that. I'm like, you just cut that out of the yearbook. What's the
mustache?
What is like the 15-year-old witchcraft? You freeze the picture in an ice cube or in a glass of ice in your freezer, which means you're freezing that friendship, Heather. I
never knew that.
Oh yeah, witchcraft 101 when you're
spell.
14. You put the picture in a glass of ice and you.
I would just like cut it up and bury it in the backyard.
It's symbolic.
The picture, everybody, not the friend.
That's what I was
yeah. So yes.
But my go-to was to order pizzas.
Yeah. Back in our time, that's like what you did.
It wasn't like, okay, we don't like Sue no more. We have to kill her. Like, I mean, what?
Come on,
what is that? Like, what year was this?
This was 2012.
See, this new generation, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I always say it. I don't know about this new generation. But go ahead.
To say, like, we love to joke about our dark sides, which, believe me, the three of us have dark sides. But I see this, like you just said, a 12-year-old that this person, told her hair ribbon was the wrong color. So I took a saw and just sawed her head off. What the hell is going on with this world? Like, seriously, I don't understand.
Yeah. Video games, ladies. It's video games.
We blame the media.
Yeah, we blame the media.
Well, like, our stories aren't like, I don't know.
Right.
It's all girls. Girls are just crazy.
Yes, we're gonna start. Yes, freeze some pictures. My freezer when I was 15, when my mom opened my freezer, it was like 8 guys all in a row, like all my breakups in the freezer.
Well, let's not talk about Gigi's freezer.
Oh,
hi, Rusty. Long time. We haven't seen Rusty up on here in a minute. Shame. Should always be here.
I don't think we've been on in a minute.
I know we haven't. We haven't. But we're gonna be more consistent. Everybody, just watch. We're gonna do so good.
You guys are so
good.
So proud of us. Okay,
so anyway,
sorry, go ahead.
We go left, right.
Back to you.
Back to you. Oh, wait.
So Sky, okay, so get this, okay. So of course, after all this, of course, rumors are are flying around, what have you. So, and it did make national news. So Skylar's dad had said his daughter knew stuff about her killers that they didn't want getting out. See, that seems more plausible than just like we just didn't like her no more. There was a reason behind that. So one of these things that were said on national news was Rachel and Sheila had formed some type of sex relationship, and they believed Skylar knew about it and would tell all their friends.
Okay. I mean,
so the nieces, however, were insistent once that got out, whatever, that Skylar would have never told on her friends. Her mom said she had a lot of gay and lesbian friends that didn't bother her. So when you're 16, I guess I don't.
but
I
then
guess I would
now
go back
they
to
just
her
told the whole
upbringing.
world. Now the whole world knows their story for their their reason why.
Exactly. I know. But that was a rumor that got out. Who had said it, I do not know. So Officer Jessica Colbank of the Star City Police Department said that she thinks Eddie and Schaaf killed Skylar just for the thrill of it. Which I think, if they're angry at her for whatever reason, maybe looking at one of their crushes. I don't know. Girls are silly.
Girls, they're silly. They're
just straight up silly, like paper straws. But then I don't know. Maybe they were just bored. But on February 26, 2014, Rachel was sentenced to 30 years in prison, but she could be eligible for parole after only 10 years, according to the West Virginia Press. After initially pleading not guilty to charges of kidnapping, first-degree murder, and conspiracy to commit murder, Sheila Eddy changed her mind after facing additional charges. She ultimately pleaded guilty to the first-degree murder. Although she didn't express remorse, there's another one, or ever issue an apology, she was sentenced to life in prison with mercy, meaning she will be eligible for parole after only 15 years.
That's
Dave and Mary Neese try to keep their daughter's memory alive in positive ways. They helped to pass Skylar's Law in West Virginia in her memory. It establishes that the Amber Alerts be issued for all missing children, even if they aren't believed to have been kidnapped. Skylar's parents also transformed the wooded area where her body was found into a memorial for her.
That's nice.
Now they do have, where you can file the case and stuff like that on the ID channel. So it's under See No Evil, titled What Happened to Skylar Neese, in an episode of Suspicion titled A Daughter Just.
Oh, well,
So sad.
It's really sad. Really
How
sad.
do you get those three friends again?
I'm
Once
telling
the
you.
victim, you get one that shows remorse and one that's
Three friends.
I know, I'm creeping myself out just looking at us. Scary.
Ooh, and two are Capricorns, Gigi.
I'm nice. I'm a Taurus. You
I
guys
know,
are
you're-
weird.
Well, we're all Earths. Is Taurus Earth signs? Are we Earth signs
Yes.
all together? Look at
I
that.
know.
See,
My
us
birthday
too.
is actually on Earth Day.
Oh, that's nice.
Which I don't understand at all, by the way, because I don't care about
The Earth.
I knew she was gonna freak out. I don't really care about
We plant a tree every year for my birthday.
the outside world, like grass and air. Like I don't really. I'm not. No.
I
mean,
love all that. I don't like people. That's
Same. I'm not a people person.
I don't like people either, but I don't like the outdoors. I like the inside. My little.
But your friends are out there in that tree.
Maybe that's her problem. She's like, oh, okay. The frogs don't like me, so now I hate
Here's
all
a
things
hug,
Earth.
Kirsten.
Hugs.
Listen.
People are like, what the hell are they talking about?
What is happening?
We will
Kirsten, I
release
love
those
you.
tapes, everybody. We have hours and hours of tapes that we are going to release soon and on a new YouTube show that we're doing. So just know that all these inside jokes, you guys will bear witness to them.
Yeah.
We promise. We promise. Okay. Any questions on that one? Anybody in the chat? Here we go. Anything? Are we on to the next? Look at us. We're doing pretty good tonight.
We are doing pretty good on time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we know, me and Gigi know to go quick because we got to lay the floor down for you to just take it away. Because your notes are probably like this thick.
I'm not. I don't. This is just toilet paper. I don't have all this. It's fine. No, listen to me. I was going to say something really important, and I just totally forgot. Gigi, you know what? Ow. Okay.
Once again, this will all be released on our new YouTube
All
show
right.
that will be coming soon.
So
Later this year.
And actually, I had a good point to say after Heather's segment too, and I also forgot that. So we're just gonna move on.
Oh yeah, you had a question to ask me. You didn't
I had
ask
a
me.
really good point, and I forgot it. So it's fine. Listen, it'll come back to me. It's the way this.
Well, now I'm like curious. So at the end,
know.
come with your question about Slender Man. Like,
it
was
was
it
something
specific to him?
about. I had a very, very thoughtful question about looping murders into the paranormal world, and it was a very good question. Now I don't remember what it was, but I'll remember. Don't worry.
Like, you almost described everything, and you don't even remember your question. Like, what the hell was that? Like, that's
That was
crazy.
on purpose. That was on purpose.
Hey, hi,
Hi, Lori.
Lori. We miss you so much too.
Miss you.
Yeah, I
miss
get
your
to see her,
laugh.
so
She will also be in our new You special, so tune in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take it away, Charlie.
Okay. Bob. Okay. So what I'm going to be talking about tonight is the story that supposedly is the real life story of Thelma and Louise. So I'm sure. Oh, that isn't even what I meant, Rusty. That's not even what I was talking about. Listen, that's a whole nother topic. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's left. I was going right. It's a whole other thing. All right. So this is the story that inspired.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, now we'll let
It's okay.
Kirsten, I think. My other best friend is Chris. I get you guys all like,
And this is
I'm
why
old.
friends, guys, this is why friends murder friends, because their best friends call them by their wrong name.
I have a Kirsten and a Kristen that are my best friend. I have a whole bunch of besties, but it gets, I just turned 46 the other day, you guys. So it happens. At least I'm not calling you Susan.
All right. I guess you're right.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Thelma and Louise, I have to be honest, I have never seen any of the movies based off Thelma and Louise or any of the stories.
Oh,
I know the story, but I've never seen the movies. I'm not really that interested.
Oh my God. Hold hands. Gigi.
Nope.
You gotta
that way. I just never had the interest to see the movies, but I know the story is my point. So anyway.
It's a good story.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the story in real life is about two women in their 30s, 40s, and this is in 1992. Okay, so two friends, two women that meet each other. So in 1992, their names are Rose Marie Turford and Joyce Carol Stevens. And I would like to.
So who's the straight hair girl? What's her? Is that Rose?
Joyce Carol, I believe.
Okay, you believe?
I believe. I'm gonna look through my notes here. Listen, when I sent you those pictures, it was 3 months ago. And we were supposed to do this
I know, right?
So cut me a break here.
We're doing good, everybody.
But I was gonna throw a side note and say, what is it with? I want you guys to really think about like killers, accused killers, everything. What's with the three names?
What do you mean?
Always in every assassination or every robbery or every murder, the freaking person has three names. You didn't notice that?
John Wayne Gacy. Well, Ted Bundy doesn't.
Okay.
I got John Wayne Gacy. That's all I got. What do you got?
I'm going to wrap the show up tonight with the long list of
Harvey Lee Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald. How dare you?
I'm just
Lee
thinking.
Harvey Oswald, John Wilkes Booth. Like,
okay.
There's
okay.
a million. Okay, but anyway.
Rusty's going to come out. Rusty, we expect a full list by the end of this show.
Rusty will find it because I found it.
Yes. I was going to say Dahmer did it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Jordan Dahmer.
Yeah. Jordan? Okay.
I don't know. I just made that up. You know me. I call people by the wrong name all the time. I'll be like, my name's John. I'll be like, you look like a Chad. Your name's now Chad. Like, that's just what we're doing.
All right. Okay. So
there you go.
So these two women,
okay.
They meet in 1992. They start working at Spring Shadows Glen Rehabilitation Hospital together. So Rosemarie Turford had accepted a nursing job at a psychiatric hospital in Houston, where Joyce Carol Stevens was working as an aide in the same place. And I'm going off my notes here too, so I'll try to weave my way through it here because I wrote a lot. So anyway, so I'm going to stop saying all three names and just say Joyce and Rose, just for, in the emphasis of time here. But so Joyce was pretty much known as being quiet, peaceful, sweet, sort of reserved, mousy, daughter of a Texas preacher. So very reserved personality. So
that speaks trouble right there, I feel.
Judge, just kidding.
Preacher's daughter. I don't know.
Yeah. So, and Rose was a nurse, and just the everyday, whatever the equivalent of an everyday Joe would be, that was her. She was a suburban mom, family woman, a nurse, known well in her neighborhood. And so they meet and they become friends. So Turford was older and the more settled of the two in her life. And I'm going to just fast forward and say that when they were caught, when this is all over, because it happens very fast, they're only 37 and 30. 37 years old and 30 when this all wraps up at the end of my story, okay? But anyway, so she lived in the suburbs of Houston, married to a computer executive, and just basically portrayed by those who know her as a stereotypical sort of soccer mom, baseball mom. She had 3 sons. So she was basically just a respectable and respected woman. So they're friends. So in the spring of 94.
Oh, Gigi's yawning. You better keep it moving.
She pulled the knife out. She stabbed her 20 times. Blood spurting all over the place. Like, seriously. Somebody put on some freaking music. I don't know.
Then the chainsaws broke out.
You know what, Gigi? You could get off. How about that?
Oh, no, she's going to put you in the freezer for cuddles.
I'm going to die. I
Okay,
can't.
go ahead.
Okay, no, I can't go ahead. Hold on.
Sorry, I should just shut up.
Okay. So in spring of 94, so Joyce Carolyn moves into the home of, I said I was going to use first name, so Rose. So Rose lives with her husband and 3 boys. Her friend moves in, so she starts to stay with her, okay? So this is where things start to get a little weird. So now we bring in a third character. So this is someone that a lot of people say didn't even exist. So a third player enters. So police say, this is coming from the police report, police say a friend named Joyce starts to come into the story here. Or wait, no, not Joyce. That's not Joyce. Avery, I'm sorry. So someone named Avery starts to be mentioned, okay, by these women. So they're saying they don't think this person ever existed, but Joyce began showing up at home, showing injuries like bruises, cuts, weird marks all over her body. And she starts telling Rose that these injuries are inflicted by a woman named Avery. So when she's questioned about this, I'm sorry, it's a man. I thought it was a woman. So she blames the wounds on a man named Avery. So also apparently this person is threatening her. She's not feeling safe in her life. No one's ever heard of this person, Avery, and no one knows where this is coming from. But all of a sudden, strange bruises, cuts, she starts blaming it on an Avery. So this kind of the whole family living in this home, the husband, the kids, everybody is very confused because this whole situation with these 2 girlfriends is starting to get really weird.
You know, the husband's like, your friend is bonkers. Like, I can't even deal with her.
Yeah. So fast forward a little bit. It's really nothing happens in this time, just weird accusations about this friend Avery. So in January of 1995, this is when the crimes between these 2 women kind of start going. Sorry, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to read the comments later. Sorry, I got totally sidetracked. All right.
Squirrel.
So yeah, totally squirrel. So what happens with these two friends? So using dating services and personal ads, the 2 would find dates and then vet potential targets, either by researching their names and information or looking at their situations where they were going to meet them. But basically ways to try to tie people up, rob them. They go on a life of basically on a crime spree here. Yeah, using dating services and personal ads to rob these men and defraud them any way they can.
So wine night turned out to be way different. Like, hey, honey, we're just going to take off girls' night. And then they
Yes.
murder people. Okay. I'm caught up.
So it says the
Sounds
idea that these
amazing.
two.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So the article that I read, the one said that the idea that these two arranged actual dates through a telephone service, robbed men at gunpoint, and then took to the road has amazed police and floored relatives and friends. And it even kind of talks about our world today with these dating apps and everything, which I met my husband off a dating app. But it says women today are well aware that some caution is needed when using these dating apps.
Well, obviously the men, if they were killing men, I guess the men should be a little cautious.
Well, that's what they're saying here. So they're saying it's hard to imagine that men who are using these dating services in the mid 1990s would need to be similarly concerned about their own safety, like the same that we think about it today. You have to think back and think that this is something men needed to be concerned about, because they really were robbing men at gunpoint.
Johnny's putting his nice leather coat on, get ready to go out, and
so
Rose gets
basically
his ass.
So the women lead authorities and their own bail bondsmen. So I'll get to that a little bit after they're caught, but on a chase across the country and into Canada. All right. In this case, there were a lot of weird accusations that came forward again about this Avery. Also, they would both try to say in their defense that there was a man, not Avery, a different man behind the scenes, sort of pulling their strings and leading them through all of this. And that was the reason for, and again, this man
trying to get the sympathy. Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah. So their disguises, when they were doing this whole crime spree, ranged from nuns to strippers. So let's take a second to think about that. And even plots of kidnap and ransom. They were talking about kidnapping and taking ransom for some prominent Canadians on this whole crime spree. But when they were finally caught, and I think you showed this picture, they were shown photographed smiling and laughing in the back of a Canadian police car. There you have it.
Oh, right on.
Living their best lives. Yeah.
Hey.
There you go. Living your YOLO, So
oh, girl, looks like she has the Billy Ray Cyrus haircut back there. Like, go ahead.
Could we not insult the love of my life? Please.
Billy Ray Cyrus is in love. Well, look at, I find out something new every day.
If I could find a light up sign right now that said 100%, he is 100% the love of my life.
So don't break your achy breaky heart.
Okay. So after everything that we've been through together.
Every single Billy, listen, I will quote every lyric to every damn Billy Ray song on this show right now.
Oh my God, we're having.
How did we not know this, Heather?
I'm shocked.
All the stories that we've shared, all the time that we've spent
guys,
together.
you know what? If we had more time, I would run in the other room and get you my Billy Ray rose petal that he put in my hands and my Billy Ray concert tickets and show you his signature. I would show you all my Billy Ray stuff. And no, this is not a joke.
So we're gonna take her out to the forest, right, Gigi?
I have some marijuana.
I gotta tell you the story about Slender Man.
Great.
You know what? I'm going back to my story. Okay.
Okay. We're not trying to break your achy breaky heart. So go ahead.
I wish. No, I actually don't wish because I can't stand her, but I wish. All right. So
I'm gonna just drink my wine with my little paw. Go ahead.
So gone.
So, world, I'd like to announce my resignation from the Chillin' and Killin' Crime Cast tonight.
Shut your face.
Don't break our achy breaky heart.
Listen,
I just don't think we'll understand. And if you tell my achy breaky heart, I might rise up and kill this man.
I'm sorry. Who knows the words now? Can I get every hashtag in the world? Who knows the words now?
Everybody knows it. Like everybody's
the one that just spun a Billy Ray Cyrus song like you did. Okay?
I did. Don't tell my heart.
I can't stand you. I don't even know where I am in my story now because I'm so
okay. Sorry, everybody.
Okay.
See, your mama's on board.
I know she is. All right.
I know she is.
Okay, we're getting you a mullet for. You see what happens on this show?
Okay, sorry. All right. In 3 months, in early 1995.
Now we gotta find true crimes that were committed while Billy Ray Cyrus songs were playing. But
I don't
go
want to
ahead.
hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh yeah, does your man sing that to you in bed? I want to know that
No.
too. Oh, he's got to though.
No. Oh my God, there is
Oh.
Rusty. I love it.
I knew he was coming with
Name.
it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and break that all down as soon as she's done.
Do you want me to go on?
Okay, we're gonna show that list in just a
It's
hot
fine.
minute,
You know
everybody.
what? Listen, I can wrap this up pretty quick. 'cause
Okay.
everybody knows the story of Thelma and Louise. So
were they murdered? They were murdering people and robbing them and all that good jazz.
No, not murdering, robbing. So in 3 months in 1995, they robbed at least 10 men of over $250,000.
Wow.
Under the ruse of going on a date with them. Okay. But it was after they were arrested and bailed out that the story really gets crazy because they escaped. So they're arrested. They're bailed out.
They escaped together? Oh, because they bailed out. Okay.
Right. So they're arrested on March 14th at a Houston area motel. And they're jailed on 3 counts of aggravated robbery. All right. And authorities say they robbed at gunpoint over 3 men that they had met through telephone dating services. So, and then while they were in jail, they were charged with another charge of aggravated robbery and kidnapping. So the list starts going on and on. So they get bailed out. They skip town for Canada on May 14th after relatives posted their combined bail of $500,000. So their loved ones bail them out and then they take off. So the women, now dubbed Thelma and Louise after the 1991 movie, jump bail, last seen in Canada. In June of that year, they supposedly rented a car, later deserting it in Toronto. There's so much to the story. Investigators looking for them believe that Carolyn may be suffering from multiple personality disorder and that Avery,
hence the trunk of costumes in the back.
Yeah, and that Avery might be another personality of hers. So the bail bondsman begins a campaign to find the women because he says he does not want people to be foreclosing on their properties. All the properties put up with by the relatives, basically. The bail bondsman was helping the family to say, I don't want to see you have to, lose everything you have. So everybody starts looking for these 2 women. So the bail bondsman prints T-shirts with a wanted poster with mug shots of these 2 women. And basically, they start looking for them. In July of 1994, the rental car that was reported stolen, that's when it turned up in Toronto, with a note from Joyce apologizing to the rental company, basically for the inconvenience of this abandoned car. I think that was really nice of her.
I mean, you always leave a note, you know what I mean? Like, courtesy.
This is the best part of this story. These women are not, they've never been found. This case is not solved. They've never been located.
Thelma and Louise, like, just they're out there.
No
So
shit.
since the 90s, investigators have reported dozens, and I'm sure it's not dozens anymore, probably hundreds of sightings of the women. It's mainly in Canada, but all of them are pretty much false alarms. So it says police say the women may be involved in up to 5 other cases across Las Vegas to Houston since they started looking at all these studies now over years of men that were robbed at gunpoint after going on blind dates or being set up with these dating services. Now down the road, this is something that's been researched. So they think that these women could have been responsible for a whole lot more than we know. But this is the real life Thelma and Louise.
So Mike going on a date with Sister Anne was suspicious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think that there were. Hold on.
I mean, they didn't murder anybody, so it's kind of cool that I mean, like, it's not. You shouldn't do this stuff, everybody, but you never really see somebody that gets away with it like that. So
so it says
living their best lives.
Living their best lives, everybody. Don't tear me up in the comments. Like, how dare you say that crime is good? Like, I'm just saying. Like,
so
because you know what sucks? Like, back in the day too, with the phone calls, they were probably paying money for them calls too, right off the bat. Like, I'm sure on them dating calls, they probably pay something per minute. You know,
was it ever you paid for dating phone calls?
I think back in the 90s they did. I mean, I never did it, but freaking. I think that was a thing. Like, you'd pay like
99 cents a minute. Kind of like calling the psychic hotline.
Like Miss Cleo and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Stop.
psychic hotline. Da 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 da.
I'm Miss Cleo.
Back in like the 80s, or I don't know, it probably was the 80s. They used to have like, I remember seeing like people that would like record. They'd have like those video things where you'd like, people would record like a video dating thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry. And that was like a whole thing. Like people be like, hi, I'm John. Go ahead and hit me up. So it's probably like that kind of thing.
Really?
So-
John is the name you picked? Hi, I'm John.
Okay, hi, I'm Sammy. Like, I don't know. What do
Thank
you?
you. That's much better.
Okay, let's go to Rusty's name. Are you done? Are we done? Or you got to wrap it up before
Listen,
I bring up all these
I
names?
have at least like 19,000 minutes left to talk, so I'm gonna just cut my story there. I have so much stuff. I went
No,
way
tell me more. Like
down a rabbit hole. No. We're gonna put. Let's put up.
Okay, we'll come back.
Let's put up his list. It's okay. I didn't say anything that. Yeah.
He took a lot of time on this, and this is for Kirsten's theory of
Sorry, I have a fuzz.
people with their names. Look at all that, everybody. So these are all people. I mean, I guess there is a lot. There is a lot. I mean, they're just using their middle names. We all have middle names. You know what I mean? So I guess that kind of just goes with it.
I don't know. That's just like I said. I just remember.
Just put a bunch more.
Oh my God. Like in our world of how we read lots of stories and news, and we watch all these shows. I just came to realize, like, as I'm watching every episode of like, I am a killer. I killed somebody. Somebody tried to kill me. I survived a crime. I caused a crime. Like all these shows, I go, they all have 3 freaking names. Like as I'm watching
I like
these.
that. Is there male versus? We should figure out that male versus.
But
female
like the
percentage.
one person said, it's probably to separate the names from like people that have the same name but aren't murderers. So they throw in the middle name.
The middle
to
name,
separate them. Like,
I'm
you
sure.
go to search and stuff.
Yeah, you would have to. But
You know
there's
what?
people
I
that are
gotta
like,
say that I don't think that would really work with me, honestly, because if you like, it's fine if you use a name like John Smith, but when you think like, if I was living in the time of Ted Bundy and I had a friend named Ted Mark Bundy, and on the news they're like, we think Ted Bundy is creating these murders, Ted Theodore Bundy, and my friend Ted Mark Bundy is right in the other room, I would still be like, I don't know about this. Like, it wouldn't really separate it to me. It's still Ted Bundy. Like,
you cannot judge Ted Mark Bundy for what Ted Theodore Bundy has done. Like, you just can't.
That's all I'm saying.
That's completely wrong.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you see that a lot of times, like a lot of people that have like the same name and they're like completely harassed because of like a killer's got that name and they're like, it's not me. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, I just think that'd be a conversation point,
I think there actually is another Ted Bundy. I think I read something on that this one guy was like, leave me alone. I can't help it. That's my name.
Okay, guys, well, I'll make you a pledge. I
Okay.
promise to test this at the very next social event that I go to with people. I'm going to walk up to every person and say, hi, I'm Eileen Warnos. Nice to meet you. And just see what they say.
I bet you a lot of people won't even know that.
Oh,
you
you're
know what I mean?
probably right. You're probably
people
right.
didn't even know who Dahmer was. Like all these people after the Dahmer thing dropped were like, Dahmer? Who's that? And I'm like,
Really?
what?
Yeah, but look, who could you really think of? I'm not doing like the men versus women thing, but who can you think of as a woman that if I said, like I was going to say Lizzie Borden, do you know how many people didn't know who Lizzie Borden is?
Yeah,
Who could
true.
I say like, nice to meet you, I'm this, where they'd be like, what? Lorena Bobbitt.
There you go. I'm Kirsten Bobbitt. So be like,
no! People will be like, nice to meet you. I'm going to call
Stay
you
away from my
Bobby. And I'll be like,
package.
you don't even know. Like, you don't even know.
20%. Well, you know what I'm thinking? I think, and I'm just throwing it out here.
Go ahead, Heather.
Maybe
We
women
just
don't get.
caught.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was gonna say. We don't get caught. So
We know how to clean up our mess.
because they say that women mostly use poison is their thing. So how many women out there have actually done something and have gotten away with it because it's so men
There's
be
no
careful
trail back
what
to
you
'em.
eat. Be careful what you're being, what drinks you're taking. If she's acting a little funny, maybe don't eat the mashed potatoes.
Maybe
And we're
she's
gonna-
acting extra lovey and not mean.
And we're going to end on that note tonight, everybody. And we are going to be back on what is the date, ladies, for the next show? Let me see.
The 19th.
And what are we talking about? We have it all set up.
2 weeks from today. Oh my God, I am so excited. Oh, I'm freaking out. I'm basically going to not even let these two talk at all. So in 2 weeks, we're talking about the Watcher House in New Jersey, which I said, and I love that, you know, Heather always says this, like, we're a show on crime, but crime encompasses a lot. So we're going to talk about the Watcher House, which is still unsolved to this day. You know, whoever doesn't know the story will join us I'm not going to go into it now, but just a house that gets creepy letters over a long period of time. Police can't figure out who's sending these letters. Not much you can do because it's not really criminal. There's no threats, yada, yada, yada. But
how do we theme that show? What are we going to dress in?
Oh my God. I don't know. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. I'm like, I don't know. Listen, should I dress like I'm from Jersey? Because that's where I'm from. I mean, I don't know.
How does that look? What does that look like? Like,
I know. I'm curious.
Listen,
too.
I will rock a Snooki poof more than you know. Like, I'll make my hair
let's do Snooki poof. There we go. This
Snooki
is all
poof.
Jersey. We're gonna dress Jersey. Here we go.
I'll do it. We'll dress Jersey.
I agree, Rusty. I get them all the time in the mail. Like, oh God.
But
the DPE is watching me.
This topic is so exciting because I am from New Jersey. I grew up there. We did not live far from this house. You know, my mom still says to me, she drives past it every day, and it just makes you wonder. Like, for us that we fret over this stuff.
What
like,
are you daring us to do? To dress Jersey, Rusty? Is that what you're doing? Because we need a theme. We need a theme. If we're saying Jersey, put it out there, everybody. We dress in Jersey next time. In the comments, say yes or no.
For, you know, because it's the exact opposite of this house, which was like, this house is gorgeous. It's considered so classy and prestigious. I think we should just, you know what, Rusty, you know, I rock this Snooki poof for a long. I'm gonna really get it out there. Like,
we're gonna do Jersey.
We're doing Jersey.
Okay.
So just big hair.
Oh, big.
We gotta look at the Jersey Shore. Heather dressed up as Snooki.
Heather,
I got it. I'm gonna have the fake tan. You know me. I'm gonna bring it. I will be
Heather,
Snooki.
you could do Snooki because you're like the dark hair, you know.
I got you guys, but you guys got to do it too. I'm not showing up here snookied out. No one else is Snooki. So you got fist pumps.
All right, fine.
Hair and boobs. I got you.
In 2 weeks, we're going to have a respectful conversation about this house in New Jersey dressed as Shore.
The Jersey Shore.
Yes. Yeah.
Our drinks will be Jersey Shore themed drinks. Okay. I like it. So everybody come back in 2 weeks on what did you say? The 19th it was?
I think, let's see. The 19th. Yep.
The 19th, we're going to be talking the Watcher House.
And I want to hear theories. Like, I want to hear everybody's theories because this story is just insane. And I want to hear.
Okay. That's any.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
Bring it. Yeah. Everybody. We want to know what you guys are drinking too. You can't just be what we're drinking. We want to know what you guys are drinking in the comments. Get your gold chains. We're gonna do it big.
Any true Jerseyan will know what a Jersey Turnpike is, and that's what I'll be drinking.
All right,
who joins us.
All right, everybody. Good night. I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. One more, boom. Okay, so good night, everybody. We'll see you at the next show, and Happy New Year. And we are gonna have so many fun shows for you guys. So make sure you guys tune in. So good night. Stay chilling and killing. Good night.